work for the Environment Agency, and we do all the scientific research for our Ministry for the Environment to give them policy advice. At the moment, we are 15 people out of 1,500 people who are working on sustainable lifestyles and sustainable initiatives. And it's quite difficult to tackle with sustainable lifestyles because it's a kind of no-go area to say people what to do. It's political, not accepted. And so we changed a bit our focus and concentrated on lifestyles and initiatives who are already sustainable. And we tried, because they are working without waiting for better conditions or waiting for good support. So we try to learn from them, we try to understand it, and try to attract these lifestyles and initiatives to other people. And we think it's an easy way for us to bring it into the policy process. But there are also some difficulties. Our economy and society are characterized by structural non-sustainability. And so it's very difficult for companies and for citizens to overcome into greater obstacles in order to survive in economic competition and to organize the daily life. They have structural disadvantages. Another thing is that in the course of diffusion processes, there's an increasing number of people who are engaged, but there's also a loss of quality of the sustainability. There's an example with car sharing, for example, because at the beginning it was an environmental intention, but then more and more commercial providers came, and at the end it's not really clear if it's really a substitution of cars or if it's more a substitution of public transport or bicycles. You also ask how the role of the government should be. We think that the self-understanding of public authorities has to change from a steering function to an enabling function. That means that the initiatives and all the lifestyles we are seeing, they are quite unconventional and very experimental. And so we need new political instruments to deal with it. For example, we need a risk-oriented funding, for example, or we need to reduce the bureaucratic barriers, or we need tax reductions temporarily, or things like that. And also, that's one point you told, the measurement, the impact assessment. I think we need a new impact assessment. We are working at the moment that, for example, urban gardening. I think the environmental effects, the direct environmental effects on carbon reduction and things like that is not the main thing. I think most initiatives have other more indirect effects on we have to care for or look on it. For example, for the transition process. They motivate other people. They learn from each other, for example, sustainable lifestyles and things like that. And in the policy system, we have to focus on that as well. Okay.